What's up, Battlefield Play for Free? ProfessorSnipe here, once again doing another gun review. This time I'm going to be reviewing the 93R for all of your classes because this is a sidearm, but of course, just a small thing about this gameplay. It's pretty long, I think at almost 14 minutes, but I hope you guys can stay, you guys can watch the whole thing. It's a nice round on Rush. I just joined in not too late at the second set of MCOMs, and I'm not dual wielding, I'm just using the MK31 and the 93R for you guys until I realized that the MK31 and fully automatic shotguns were like banned and stuff. So what I decided to do, and this is the LSC server by the way, so this is, I should know my own rules, but I thought that we didn't have any rules about the MK31. But anyways, moving on, I need to do my shoutouts like I normally do. The first shoutout goes here to Terminator1 because he wanted to get a shoutout, so he inboxed me and wanted a shoutout. So there's a shoutout, dude. And the second shoutout goes to, of course, EA, just like my other video, for helping me out on acquiring these weapons so I can make a review on them. So thank you again once again for letting me use those weapons and for providing me with those guns to make reviews. Now, the 93R, or the Beretta Model 93R, is a selective fire machine pistol designed and manufactured by the Italian Beretta company in the 1970s. In Battlefield Play for Free, the 93R is currently only available as a top-up gift for buying the 50,000 funds option. It comes as a gift for players buying that amount of funds and is available for every single class. So I'm now moving on to some stats about this weapon and some facts about it. This gun has a rate of fire of apparently 1,200 rounds per minute. Currently, the stats I'm getting are from what I personally know, more of a feeling thing compared to the Play for Free tools. So since the Play for Free tools are down at the moment, I'm using my own personal feelings about this and how I play with the gun and my own personal experience with the gun. So this thing has a rate of fire of 1,200 and is a 3-round burst. So there's no blockage between fire bursts, so you can shoot a burst and quickly fire another 3, which is really good for close quarter combat, and is a really good thing. It's not like the M16 where you have to wait like a split quarter of a second to fire it off your other bursts. Now, this gun has 21 bullets per magazine, which is the highest for any sidearm, and 84 bullets spared for 5 magazines in total, giving you 105 bullets. Now, talking about the iron sights and the gun itself, how it feels, it's very sleek. The iron sights are very nice, and it has a very nice addition of an iridescent light on it. I really like those. I feel like they're doing a good job adding them to the newer weapons. Also, the way the gun looks like and feels, it's nice and metallic also, just like a lot of the newer weapons coming out, and this has a nice black design on it with a couple of screws. Whenever you reload, you get to see the side of the weapon, which is very nice. And the way your player actually holds this gun is he holds it with 2 hands while running, one on the the whole thing where you hold your gun, and the other like on a kind of grip thing. I don't know too much about guns, so I wouldn't know what to call those parts of weapons, but that's how your player holds on to it. But when you press the F key and you're running with it, it looks like your player is holding it with 1 hand, which he's actually using it with 2 hands. I don't know if it's just like like a small little Easter egg thing that EA did, but it's actually different the way you run with it, and it looks like you run with it. Moving on to damage, how this damage is. At close range, I've seen around 28 to 20, which is very good. At medium range, I've seen like 19 to 16, even drops a bit in the teens. And at long range, you won't see anything higher than 12 to 9 or 9 to 12. But people say that you should multiply this damage by 3 to see the actual output of the damage. But I wouldn't recommend that too much. It's unless if you get every single bullet on the enemy, then I would multiply these values by 3. But other than that, there's not really too much. The damage is pretty high. It's really high considering that this is a 3-round burst, and getting all of those shots on target, and you can actually result in a 2 rounds. Like a 2 burst kill or a 1 burst kill if you manage to get one of those bullets on the head and the other 2 on the body, or 2 on the head. Now, the reload time here is, I think, at 2.1 seconds. It feels to be something a bit slower at like 2 seconds. It's very fast. I like it a lot, and the animation is very nice. So it's very fluid and works very nice if you're running. Now the recoil is easy to manage at close to medium range, but at long range it'll be a bit harder to manage because the thing is with this gun, and I'm going to tell you this because I had a lot of hours of gameplay with this thing, and the thing is with the 93R is every time you try to manage each burst, each bullet coming out of those bursts, so each 3 bullets has a different recoil pattern. It's a bit different, but they're similar at the same time. But the thing is, if you try to burst too much, like you spam the trigger, it'll be harder for you to control. So I would suggest that you don't pace your bursts, but you don't fire it away like really like an insane madman. You don't just fire it away like that, especially at long range. If you want to really get shots on target and everything, perfect accuracy, you don't want to like spam your bursts. But at close range, I would, it's if you can get every single shot on target and everything really accurate, I would suggest that you spam the bullets. But other than that, about the recoil, it's easy to manage at close range. And look at this amazing move I just turned, and then this guy is just camping. But he's actually a good friend of mine, Polar, his name is. I think you guys have heard of him in one of my videos. He's a clanmate. But moving on, that's what I would suggest. For the recoil, you can burst at close range, it's good and everything. I mean, you can spam at close range, but at medium to long range, not so much, because the more you try to burst to kill the enemy, I don't know, I keep saying burst, but the more you try to spam, try to kill the enemy, the thing is, the harder it'll be to kill the enemy. So just take that into consideration if you're ever going to use this gun or thinking of purchasing it. Just take a look at that aspect about this weapon. Now, the way the gun sounds when being fired, it's distinguishable when you're, because since there is no other 3-round burst machine pistol, it's very distinguishable. Everybody using it, you can hear like a thin 3-round burst, and it's very distinguishable. So if you're ever into the battlefield, you can quickly hear it. But at long ranges, medium to long ranges, it's not that obvious. So the sound isn't too muffled, but it still is pretty distinguishable. Now, talking about how the gun actually looks like, it resembles a lot the M9. So I think it's manufactured by the same people, the Beretta, Italian Beretta people. Yeah, I just called them that, I don't know. But I think it's the same people, because I heard a lot the Beretta M9. But I think it's manufactured by the same people, and that's why it resembles a lot like it. Now, moving on to something like the cons, something that are bad about this gun, I feel like it's more 50% chance of hitting the enemy. And the reason I say this is because not all the bullets can hit. So if you miss the first shot of the bursts, the other 2 won't hit. So it's all depends on that first shot. If you hit that first shot, then the other 2 might hit. So there's a possibility also that the recoil and the deviation pushes the gun, whereas it doesn't really hit the enemy. So I also would suggest that it's not very the reason why people say that you should multiply the damage by 3 to find the actual output of the damage, but I wouldn't really suggest that, because it's not a 100% chance of really hitting all 3 bullets in one burst. So just one thing you should take into consideration, that not all of your bullets will hit. It's most likely that they will, but it's not a definite answer. Also, another thing, you have 21 bullets per magazine. I can't lie, but if you divide that by 3 burst fires, so that gives you 7 shots, if I'm correct. 7 times 2, yeah, 21, okay. So that gives you 7 shots, so make those shots count, because 7, imagine tapping on your mouse 7 times already, your whole clip is gone. So look at me right now, I'm into a sticky situation here, I have to back out just so I can reload. You see, the gun, it burns ammunition really quickly, so you have to also keep that into consideration, make them count, and make your bullets count and everything, and also, whenever I'm firing this gun, just pay attention at the bullet meter. Look how it quickly just drops. This is a machine pistol. You won't be conserving your ammunition too quickly or too easily. Now, also, for what class would I use? All classes are really good with this gun. I feel like the engineer plays a very nice thing with this, especially at CQC. Recon is very good if you have this as your sidearm, because whenever you get into close quarter combats or engagements and you have a sticky situation where you can't really use your sniper rifle, switching out to this thing is a very good thing. And right over here, I think we don't win here, but I tried doing such a good way of defending this MCOM, but I think I get taken out soon. But Other than that, I would recommend something like the Recon or the Assault because, like I said, you will burn through ammunition really quickly. So you want to have like an Assault or playing with you, or you want to be the Assault like I am right now, and that'll be a good way to, you know, kill, use this weapon to its fullest potential. What maps would I suggest? I would actually suggest any map, but the range you want to get into, the most suitable place is at very close range because, you know, like I said, with all those bullets, firing, all of that stuff, with all the recoil, the damage, all of that stuff, you want to keep it more at the close range so that you can use it to its fullest potential. And one other thing, jumping and shooting with this gun is not a very good thing because when you'll jump, your crosshairs will like expand, and every time you take a shot, it expands too, and it fires at 3-round bursts. So you're going to be expanding like 3 times, and it really won't be on target, especially, it's not the greatest thing ever. Hipfire is decent. I would say that the hipfiring is decent for this gun, but it's not 100% reliable. So this thing, also, it's kind of the same thing with jumping and shooting. If you jump and shoot while aiming down sight, it's alright, but it's also not reliable. But if you jump and shoot while hipfiring, it's the same thing as just hipfiring. Like, every time you'll like burst, every single one of those 3 shots will kind of change the pattern and deviation of the gun. So it won't be the best thing ever, but it's still decent. If you're at really close range, you can just take out the enemy like that. You can just hipfire and always hit him. But medium range, and I would just strictly suggest to aim down sight. It feels like it's the best thing. And a lot of people have been considering this weapon as overpowered, but I'm here to tell you that this gun is not overpowered at all. To tell you the truth, I feel like my Steel Eagle 50 or my Elite's MP443 can take this gun out, can shoot it out. Especially the MP443. If you have a fast trigger finger, the MP443 or the P226, those guns, they can outgun the 93R if you have a really fast trigger finger. And if you aim really well with also the hip fire for those other pistols, I feel better. So yeah, that's about that. So that's pretty much all there is about this weapon. This gameplay is coming to an end here in 1 minute. So I hope you guys enjoyed this rush round. I don't normally play a rush, or whenever I do, I just don't bother recording because I hate rush. But other than that, it was a good round I played here. I think I end the game 45-6 using the MK31 and the 93R, but I tried to strictly stick to the 93R since the rules were like that and stuff. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I also want to thank EA once again, like I did in my previous video, because without them, this video wouldn't be possible, the MK31 video wouldn't be possible, and the upcoming USAS versus MK31 wouldn't be possible. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, this round, and this gun review. I hope you guys learned something from this weapon, and you guys are considering, whether you should buy this gun or you shouldn't. This video should answer your questions. If there are more questions, let me know your questions in the comment section down below, and I'll do my best to answer them. And other than that, that's it. And I'm done with this gun review, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video.
Bye, have a great time.